That girl cook. She cutting ass. Help us. Hey, she like a double-edged sword, Ocho. She cutting ass left and right. Yep. Both sides cutting ass. Wah, 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 wah.
Caitlin Clark, the WNBA's newest sensation, has been making headlines for all the right and wrong reasons. As the rookie phenom continues to impress on the court, she's also found herself at the center of a heated debate. Shannon Sharpe, a former NFL star and ESPN analyst, has joined in the conversations with him, throwing his weight behind Clark. But WNBA superstar Diamond DeShields has taken issue with Sharpe's comments, particularly after a controversial foul on Clark during a recent game. In this video, we'll explore the connection between Sharpe, Clark, and DeShields and examine the drama unfolding in the WNBA.
This is not hype. It's okay. It's okay. She can play.
Yeah. She would call it. So
can Angel Reese.
She had 28 tonight. She had 31. She had 31 the other night, huh?
31 the other night.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
31 and 12.
Yeah, she getting a better feel. She getting a better feel for the game. She getting a better feel for the game, and is a lot more efficient from the field too. So,
Shannon Sharpe, a renowned sports analyst, is one individual who isn't shy about voicing his opinions. On his show Undisputed, he frequently discusses sports stars, and this time his focus was on Caitlin Clark, a standout college basketball player whose extraordinary performance led to her being drafted as the No. 1 overall pick by Indiana Fever at the April 2024 WNBA draft. Long before then, Clark was the scoring leader in NCAA with over 27.5 points per game in her junior year. She led Iowa to the Elite Eight in 2023, cementing her place as one of the most exciting players in women's college basketball. Consequently, she was awarded Naismith Player of the Year in 2023, making her one of the youngest players to receive the honor. Her flair and competitive spirit have drawn comparisons to NBA greats. While there's plenty of good around Clark and her ability to make an immediate impact in her rookie season, there's also been some bad. In a recent episode of his nightcap show, Shannon Sharpe, joined by another NFL great Chad Johnson, shared a fascinating statistics about Clark, which is that 17% of flagrant fouls this season have been committed against her. He also continued that a significant 80% of the penalties against Clark were committed by Chicago Sky. This raises some interesting questions about whether Clark is being targeted in the league. Truly, looking back in time to when Clark made her debut at WNBA to now revealed a succession of suspicious practices against her. In a June 16th matchup with Chicago Sky guard Chennedy Carter's hard foul on Clark garnered widespread attention, sparking a flurry of commentary across the sports media landscape. The former University of Iowa star was body blocked to the floor by Carter in a foul that resembled a hockey check more than a basketball play, but at the time was ruled a common foul by the officials. The next day, the WNBA upgraded the foul on Carter to a flagrant 1 after the league reviewed the video. Carter was not fined or suspended for the play. Carter, known in her 4-year WNBA career as a tenacious defender, refused to discuss the foul after the game. The foul has been cast by many as a resentful act of jealousy for the latter's outsized treatment and sponsorship deals. The foul was only part of the drama in Clark's career, which also featured a rumored budding rivalry with Clark's college nemesis, former LSU star Angel Reese. The budding Reese and Clark rivalry got more traction when Reese was assessed with a flagrant foul for hitting Clark in the head on a drive to the basket during a June game between Chicago Sky and Indiana Fever. Officials originally called a common foul on Reese, but upgraded it to a flagrant 1 after a video review. After the game, a 91-83 win for Clark and the Indiana Fever over the Chicago Sky, Reese defended her actions, calling it a basketball play. After the controversy of April's game between the Sky and Fever, when Reese appeared to congratulate teammate Carter for shoving Clark to the ground, this foul on Indiana's #1 draft pick has also sparked uproar. Clark's omission from the Olympic team has also sparked debate, with some arguing that her exceptional talent and popularity warrant her inclusion. But the public are also involved in the controversy surrounding Clark. Some critics have expressed resentment towards the attention she's received. Unfortunately, a subset of these critics has crossed into vitriolic territory, suggesting that Clark's race and small-town Midwestern background have contributed to her favorable media treatment. They argue that this attention has come at the expense of more experienced players, particularly black veterans, who have been overlooked despite their impressive achievements. This controversy raises important questions about bias and privilege. Now, Shannon Sharpe has been steadfast in his support of Caitlin Clark. The First Take personality and host of Nightcap and Club Shay Shay has relentlessly praised and championed Clark as the biggest name in women's basketball. He's been vocal about her exclusion from the US women's national team and has questioned the commitment to growing the women's game.
Are we really trying to grow the game? Because this is the most popular women's basketball player in the world, and it ain't close.
And while Sharpe has been uber-critical about Clark's perceived 2024 Paris Olympics snub, he's also called out the WNBA for how the league has treated Clark, suggesting that jealousy might be a factor in the perceived snubbing of Clark, implying that some individuals within the league or on the national team might be intimidated by her rapid rise to fame and exceptional talent. On the most recent episode of his Nightcap podcast with Chad Johnson, Sharpe discussed the Indiana Fever star shattering the WNBA rookie assist record win over the Seattle Storm on Sunday 92-75. But the game wasn't without drama. Tensions flared between the Fever and Storm coaching staffs late in the fourth quarter. With the Fever leading by 17 points, Storm head coach Noelle Quinn took issue with Fever coach Christy Sides, leaving her starters in the game, leading to a heated exchange between the two coaches.
Noelle Quinn and Christy Sides. I'm not sure that's a pleasant conversation over there. Noelle Quinn, I believe, is upset at Christy Sides for not immediately emptying her bench at that last time out. And Noelle Quinn having to be separated from Christy Sides.
There was also an instance of Skylar Diggins-Smith bumping into Clark during a timeout, and this is when Sharpe burst out speaking about it on his podcast. Sharpe thought Diggins-Smith action was absolutely intentional, and he mentioned that she had sped up to catch Clark, only to body check her as she went to reach the sidelines during a timeout.
If I'm Caitlin Clark, I'd have told Skylar Diggins, get your coat, your brim, and get on out of our gym. Get your coat, your hat, and leave.
Get on out of our gym.
Y'all stop this foolishness. Y'all see the woman speed up. Y'all see her, Caitlin Clark is getting the crowd and going. Y'all see Skylar Diggins speed up to make contact with her. Stop this. Y'all mad because that corn-fed Iowa girl busting y'all ass. Y'all said she too weak. She can't do this. She lead the WNBA in assists. She cooking. Let her cook. Let her cook. Bro, it ain't hype. Y'all keep on talking she the great white hype, Ocho. They keep talking about she the great. Ain't no hype. Y'all said the same thing about Larry Bird. I remember. I'm old enough to remember. They said the same thing about Larry Bird. Ain't nothing hype. Ain't nothing hype about Luka. Ain't nothing hype about Jokic. I get it. We're not used to seeing. She got she's saucy with that thing. Watching her in person twice. I've seen her against the Aces, and I saw the All-Star game. She is elite. She is the pinnacle at passing the basketball. Ocho, take off again.
Shannon Sharpe thinks that the physical play against Caitlin Clark is happening because she's outperforming her peers, and they can't handle it. Sharpe also commented on the debate surrounding Clark and Reese about being enemies, and you can't like one without hating the other. He thinks this is ridiculous and that he can have his own opinion.
I like them both. I like Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark.
Yeah.
And y'all can't make me choose one. Just because I'm black, y'all can't make me love the black and hate the white. It ain't happening. So y'all might as well go ahead, take that on somewhere else.
Instead of giving her the recognition she deserves, Sharpe believes that the rest of the WNBA is sending Clark a message with flagrant penalties. Despite Clark's pure talent on the court and ability to increase views and revenue for players, Shannon Sharpe believes players are jealous rather than grateful.
They're having to move the games to. They're moving games, putting them on big time situations.
Right.
You're jealous. That was a Bush League play, and it needs to be addressed. That was a flagrant foul.
Caitlin Clark and the rest of the WNBA's rookie class have helped the league in terms of viewership, ticket sales, jersey sales, and plenty of other subjects. The WNBA has experienced remarkable growth in recent months, with the 2024 season achieving the highest attendance in 26 years during its opening month, and boasting the most watched start to a season across all televised networks.
A lot more eyeballs, a lot more popularity. The games is in great hands. I mean, this rookie class with Caitlin, with Angel.
But in the midst of all this support from Shannon Sharpe is Diamond DeShields, a successful WNBA star player known for her skill with a career average of 14 points per game. DeShields has won several accolades during her time with the Chicago Sky. DeShields made headlines for a flagrant foul that sent Clark crashing to the floor. During the fourth quarter of the Fever's 181 win, DeShields fouled Clark twice within 40 seconds. The second foul, where DeShields barreled into Clark during a transition play, was deemed a flagrant one.
Here's Clark for 29 points, gets tripped up. I want to welcome in our Ion audience who are watching Minnesota and Dallas. Indiana Fever in the Chicago Sky here from Wintrust Arena. The Fever have really stretched out this one in the second half as we look at Diamond DeShields and Caitlin Clark. And Diamond with 3 fouls against Caitlin. And they're going to go and look at this one.
Yeah, they should. There was nothing about that last foul that was a basketball play.
The last couple of fouls. That's 20 points below their average, their points in the paint average, where they lead the league. They're the best in the league there. So you already take a Chicago Sky team.
The scouting report on Chicago, and teams have just really figured it out.
The personal foul on Diamond DeShields has been upgraded to a flagrant one.
So the
Clark capitalized on the foul by sinking 2 free throws, pushing her to a career-high 31 points and marking the first 30-point, 12-assist game in WNBA history. Meanwhile, the foul sparked plenty of backlash directed at DeShields, with many accusing her of being a dirty player. Following the game, DeShields shared a disturbing message from a troll referencing her 2020 spinal cord tumor surgery, saying, "That tumor should have took her out." This comment is especially shocking given DeShields' history. She underwent surgery to remove a grape-sized benign tumor from her spinal cord in 2020, which required a long and painful recovery that threatened her career and even her ability to walk. Amid the hate, WNBA legend Sheryl Swoopes came in to defend her. Diamond DeShields, head up, kid. Hate will not win. You are covered and ain't nothing these evil people can do about that. All love for you, Swoopes said. But this doesn't stop Sharpe from giving his take on the incident. Sharpe didn't simply criticize DeShields for the foul. Instead, he took the opportunity to address a glaring issue in sports. He has been vocal about the issue of certain athletes not receiving the attention and recognition they deserve. His point often centers around how media coverage and public interest disproportionately favor high-profile or controversial figures, sometimes overlooking those who are genuinely making significant contributions to their sports or communities.
Hey, I don't know, Ocho, when did it become a thing not to give people credit when it's due?
Well,
Has that always been a thing?
Hold on, now. It's always been a thing. Now, it depends on who it is. It depends on who the hype is. Depending on who the hype is, they're going to give them their credit.
Yeah.
So you got to understand how it works. Now you got to think like some of the young folk. If they don't like you, there's nothing that the media or anyone else can say that can change that narrative.
No.
No matter how well they.
Shannon Sharpe has spoken highly of Caitlin Clark, acknowledging her potential to be one of the greatest basketball players, particularly in women's college basketball and beyond. Sharpe believes that her scoring versatility and offensive firepower are key indicators of her potential greatness.
She's great. She's elite at passing the basketball. Now, is she going to average 30 and 10? Probably not. But you see her scoring is starting to increase. She'll get better. She'll get better at shooting the three.
So what do you think about all these controversies surrounding Caitlin Clark? Let us know in the comments, and don't forget to like, share and subscribe for more updates on the latest issue. Thanks for watching.